Okay, we're ready. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is the first video of mine that you've ever clicked on, go ahead and click out. Yeah, it's okay, promise. Go watch any of my other videos. This is so far out of my wheelhouse and I'm like kind of nervous to film this video today, but I'm gonna do a makeup tutorial.
I still got some love deep inside of me, no need to lie to me.
I feel like the middle school version of me would be screaming right now. The way I grew up watching people like Lord DIY, Alicia Marie, Sierra Furtado, like making the makeup tutorials, I was like, I want to be like them. So honestly, it's been a long time coming and I just want to put it out there that I don't know what I'm doing. I am very much self-taught. I'm an athlete. I'm not a makeup artist or a beauty guru, so just keep that in mind. Yeah, but if you guys end up liking this video, make sure you subscribe, give this video a little thumbs up, and let's jump into it. Also, I apologize if the audio actually sounds bad. I'm experimenting with the mic. I'm not really sure if I'm gonna like it, but you know what? We're growing here on YouTube. We're almost at 1,000 subscribers. I'm so happy, you guys. But yeah, let's get into it. So I'm gonna put my hair up out of my face so I don't have to deal with it. And the first thing that I did, you guys, was wash my face off camera. I use this X Endurance rejuvenating facial cleanser. There's not really anything in it. There's no scents. It's my favorite thing because it literally just cleans your face like it's supposed to. Also put on some e.l.f. Skin. I think this is like a Laneige dupe of a lip mask, but it's my favorite thing ever and my lips were really crusty, so I just put some of that on. So the look that I'm going for today is like full glam, as if I was going to a track meet. Let's call it meet day makeup. I'm a big believer in look good, feel good, jump good. I want to feel like effortlessly glam and just pure body, ready to get out on the track. All right, so jumping right into it, you're gonna notice a pattern in this video, and that pattern is gonna be these e.l.f. products. They've never missed for me, and I continue to buy all their products. So of course, we're going in with the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer, and literally I just put it on my cheeks, a little bit on my forehead. Nothing crazy, just kind of like blend it. Love this because it really does feel pretty tacky, and I feel like my makeup really just sticks to it. Now while that settles in, I'm gonna go in with my e.l.f. Ultra Precise Brow Pencil. I love that it has the little mini brush on the end, but I'm just gonna go in, brush out those brows, and make sure that they have like a nice looking shape. Honestly, now that I'm looking at them, they could probably use a tweeze, but I'm feeling lazy, so we're not gonna do that. But yeah, I always actually get a lot of compliments on my brows, and people always ask me how I do them, so continue watching if that's you. Really, I just try to line underneath the brow and like give it a good shape and then just filler in. I feel like giving it like a nice kind of defined line underneath this part of the brow is like the first step, and then I always just try to like do upward motions, I don't know how to explain that, to kind of like match the direction of the way that the hair grows. It's gonna look kind of weird at first, but then you kind of just blend it out, start right where you put the line. Then I'm gonna outline the rest of the brow. We're gonna go over the top and create the arch. And then same thing underneath, just kind of like, how do I explain this? I don't like doing the whole like oval shape arch. Like I don't really like to do super like defined arch, if that makes sense. Just kind of do straight line through it and then work on the tail and just kind of make it super thin at the end. Okay, so I'm sure you can see the difference here, but we have a very much unshaped, all over the place brow. And then here we have a very defined, kind of dramatic brow, which I'm actually okay with because I don't really do a whole lot to the rest of my face. So if I have a little bit of a thicker, glam 2016 brow moment, then I'm okay with that. I'm just gonna do the other side. Okay, now that we're done, I honestly think that the left brow turned out better than the right brow this time, which is funny because that like never happens, but brows are good. We are actually going to throw on a little bit of gel, and I know you can judge me for this. I need a new one. e.l.f., where you at? You can literally tell how much I use this, but yeah, this is the e.l.f. Brow Lift Gel. Set these bad boys in place. This is really just meant to kind of lock them in. Moving on, typically I go straight into contour because I always feel like if I mess up, then I can use concealer and blush to kind of cover it up. This is probably the newest step in my routine. I kind of just discovered contour maybe like 2 months ago, so I'm not an expert, but of course I'm going in with e.l.f. This is the Halo Glow Beauty Wand contour in the shade medium tan. We're gonna define the cheekbones, go in right like that. Same thing on the other side. We're also gonna go in on the forehead, and then sometimes I do the nose. Yeah, that's good enough. Then I'm gonna use this kind of flat angled brush to go in and just blend. Kind of like circly upward motions because this part really makes you look snatched. But yeah, see, like I feel like I don't even use enough product sometimes for it to do anything, but it's working in my mind, so that's all that matters. And then sometimes I honestly do like the whole chin thing, but I kind of just use the excess on the brush. I'm not really sure if that does anything for me. And like, I'm always scared of not blending in enough with my neck, so like I kind of try to avoid that sometimes. Okay, next, this is probably my favorite step. I'm obsessed with blush, and I'm going to be kind of going for like this sunset blush look. If you guys have ever seen that, it's when you kind of blend like two blush colors, one that's kind of like orangey and one that's pink, so that it looks like a sunset. And of course, I'm going in with e.l.f. blushes, Camel Liquid Blush, and this is shade Very Well, and this one is Coral Crush. I'm going to start with the bright one and just gonna put a tiny little dot right here. Same thing on the other side. And then I like to put the darker color on top of the light color. Don't need as much of that one, especially because these blushes are like uber pigmented. A little goes a long way. But I'm just gonna go in with my brush and just kind of lightly dab over it first so that it mixes it. And see how pigmented it is? Like it's giving everything right now. I gotta remember sometimes, like I do not need to use that much. Then I'm actually gonna throw in some highlight on this step while we're here, and I'm actually gonna use this new one. It is e.l.f. of course, but this is the Halo Glow Beauty Wand highlight in shade Liquid Gold. I'm pretty obsessed with like adding highlight right on top of blush so that it all blends kind of seamlessly, gives you like a blushy glow. Then I'm going to use that same brush to just kind of do the same thing. Then I'm going to take a different brush. Typically it's a cleaner brush. I should probably wash mine. And that's when we're going to go in and just kind of brush it upwards. I do kind of like when it goes a little bit onto my cheekbone here, so I bring that down a little bit. Blend her out. You don't want to blend it too far up or even down. So then sometimes I just give it a little right across the nose because why not? And now is when we can go in with the concealer because there is a lot of product here and sometimes it's just a little bit too much. So for concealer, I'm going to use this Tarte Shape Tape, which this is the most expensive product probably in my entire lineup. Yeah, it totally is. This and my mascara because they're both Tarte. I actually got them both for free at a little pop-up Tarte event. Oh my gosh, maybe a couple of months ago now, but it was so much fun, and I actually was very much influenced because I fell in love with the products, and now I'm obsessed with this concealer, so that marketing worked on me. This is shade 47S or Tan Deep Sand. Honestly, I've been experimenting with different ways to use concealer, so I'm just going to show you one of the methods. I've been taking this little concealer brush lately and just kind of like dabbing the applicator, and then I'm gonna go in on the spot where I want to put it and just kind of like take it on. Same thing on the other side. Okay, and then this step might be kind of weird, but I'm actually gonna go in with this e.l.f. setting mist. It's the Stay All Night Microfine Setting Mist, and I'm gonna spray my beauty blender. I don't know why, but like the moisture and the hydration, I feel like just helps lock it in place. And then we're going to continue to just add concealer where I need it and repeat that same process. I like to go under the brows, make them even more defined. Then for this part, I kind of just like bring it upwards into this T-zone area. We're also gonna put some on this little pimple on my cheek, really cute. And then I also go in sometimes around the nose here, and then usually on the chin. Oh yeah, and one thing I forgot to mention, if you're putting it on a pimple, normally I like to let it sit there for a sec because I feel like the product needs to kind of like seep into it before you blend it. And also, when you do go to blend it, don't like blend right over top of it because that'll just like move the product around. If you can, like put on a thin enough layer that it covers it so it's not like super obvious, and hopefully it's a good shade match. But then you're just gonna go and like blend around the pimple, if that makes sense. So like you don't actually want to touch it, so that the product stays right over top of that area. So now we are finished with our baddie base, and we are feeling glowy, we are feeling snatched and ready for some pressed powder. This is, can you guess what brand? e.l.f. Perfect Finish HD powder, and I literally just have like the plain white one. I just use this kind of like as baking formula. I don't know if that's even what you call it, so don't quote me, but just put this under my eyes to kind of let all of this set in. And honestly, sometimes I do like a little bit down here as well if I ever put product here, but I don't really put product on this part of my face. I don't know, I feel like I don't really need it there. So I'm just gonna leave it for today. Leave that for, I don't know, however long I can go without touching it. Usually it's like 30 seconds, and then I go in with this little multi-use fluffy brush, and then I'm just gonna blend her all off. Okay, but while we wait, if you guys aren't already, please subscribe. I would really appreciate it, and give this video a thumbs up. But okay, let's blend it out. Just kind of like in the same like sweeping under the eye motion, so that everything kind of still continues to go up and away. And now we're gonna move on to mascara, which this is probably the second most expensive product in this entire lineup, but this is the Tartelette extra large tubing mascara. I'm pretty obsessed with this because literally when you go to take it off, like you can just kind of use your hands in the shower and like it just falls off. It's the best thing ever. That's probably not the best way to do it. I do have makeup remover, but I'm lazy. But it also gives your lashes like the best volume. So the way that I do it is I start like as far under the eye as you can possibly go. And then I like to use what I call the shimmy method. So like you put it right under your eye, you kind of roll the brush as you're shimmying it and go all the way up your lash. So hopefully that made sense. Let me show you. I feel like I'm gonna look crazy in these clips. Is this what beauty influencers have to deal with? Okay, I'm gonna fast track it. So yeah, you can see a little bit of a difference there. Volume versus dead, volume versus dead. Obsessed. And fun fact, I actually met the founder at that little event that I went to. I'll insert the picture, but she was the sweetest person ever, Maureen, and I'm manifesting in this video that I'm gonna go on one of those Tripping with Tarte island oases one day. Mark my words, I will be tripping with Tarte one of these days. So usually for track meets, I'll stick to top lashes only just because of the risk of tears, or I don't even know. Like if something happens in there, whether it rains or something, I just don't want to have to deal with my bottom lashes potentially running away from me. So I'm going to skip those. But then literally the last thing is the lips. So I'm going to wipe off this e.l.f. lip mask, and then we're going to get ready to do some lip liner and gloss. Okay, we're actually gonna try a new product today. I just bought this at the store today, but this is another e.l.f. product. Cream Glide Lip Liner in the shade Mauve Aside. I kind of really like that name. This is what she looks like. I thought it would pair well with this cute little lip oil from Kosas. I don't really know anything about this brand, if I'm being honest. It was just one of the Sephora birthday gift things. So I've been using it because I really enjoy the color, and I just think it'll match well with this liner. So, okay, for lip liner, I'm also kind of new to this, but I'm obsessed with it lately. And It really depends on my mood if I kind of outline the Cupid's bow or if I just try to overline and go over top of it. I think today I'm in the mood to define that Cupid bow, so that's what we're gonna do. I think my problem is I can't talk and do the steps, so you just have to watch. Okay, that was super easy, and this is like the real deal. When it says cream glide, they were not lying. That literally went on so perfectly. Now we're gonna go in with the lip oil slash gloss, and I feel like this color though, this color match. Okay, guys, I think this turned out so good. Let's give you a little final look. Okay, and that's all she wrote. So if you guys enjoyed this video, let me know in the comments. Show some love by giving it a thumbs up and making sure to subscribe to my channel. Love you guys. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you next week. Toodles!